Hello. This will be my first video on the channel since I switched it to being about RC. I just got back from Boyne Highlands Recreation Area. I called the company called Team Elmer's Excavating, and they told me about a spot where they store all of their snowmaking equipment and like hill grooming equipment. It's a ski hill. So I went there. They had a ton of gravel. I was finally able to test my B74.1D. It's the second one that I've built. This one's a little bit different. I won't go into that now. My channel is going to be about a guy who's been in racing for RC cars for 26 years. I built my first car when I was 13, a Rustler. I've only been to the track once. Well, I've been multiple times, but only once where I actually drove, and that was for a practice at Dirt Burners in Livonia. I'm now up here in Petoskey, Michigan, which is kind of an RC dead zone, and I'm getting into racing. So I'm very experienced in the hobby, but I'm pretty much brand new when it comes to actual racing. So this is kind of following that journey. I've noticed a lot of guys around my age, I'm 39 now, are getting into racing again or getting back into the hobby. So this is just kind of to show the transition between bashing and whatnot and actually racing for real. So very knowledgeable, but green behind the ears. So if you're interested in following it, subscribe to the channel. This will be RC specific, no more emo music videos like I used to make. So yeah, I thought I'd start off with something simple. Something I've gotten a lot of questions on when I've actually gone to the track or just bashing with people. And that is my transmitter case. And I chose this because that's something that not a lot of people have used. In the past, I used a ProTech case. I love ProTech. They make some great stuff. My buggy right now has a servo horn for it, which, by the way, A-Main doesn't state on their site, but their servo horn for the B74.1 is 22.5 millimeters long. So it's plus 5 or 0.5 millimeters from stock. And well, if you decide to use the 18.5, it's of course bigger, but 0.5 over the biggest servo horn that comes with it stock. And I've actually noticed a considerable difference. Like I said, this is my second B74.1, and the steering in this, it is noticeable. That said, the ProTech case for my 4PM, which is the radio I currently use, good case. I was kind of disappointed by the build quality of it. I ended up selling it when I sold some of my other stuff. And I went on Amazon and tried to find a cheaper version, or at least something that holds up better for the price. And it has gone up in price a little bit since I bought it, but it's a company called Eylar, and they make camera cases. And the one I chose comes in tan. I'm going to turn my camera around. This is my case. Ugh. I really like the color. Kind of has that like military looking tan color. I don't know how it'll come on the camera because I'm just using my phones, but has a locking spot for it. And has, I think that's for like an air seal when you go to close it. But when you open it up, there's my 4PM. I have the original, I have a life battery in there now, but I have a spot that I took out for the regular battery that came with it. The reset for my WSC1. My WSC1 is in there too, for doing VRC Pro racing. And then behind it, I keep the manuals for the VSC1 as well as my 4PM. This case is super robust. It's waterproof. Right now it's selling for 60 bucks. Like I said, it has gone up a little bit since I got it. But I mean, the 4PM isn't exactly the smallest radio, not the largest either, but fits it perfectly. The foam inside comes out really easily. I couldn't be more happy with it, and I think it's light years better than the ProTech stuff. And like I said, I like ProTech, but if you're looking for a case for your transmitter, I can't imagine that there's any transmitter that case won't fit. And like I said, just trace your radio out with a Sharpie. Super easy. The foam's soft enough to where it's not going to damage any sort of like touchscreens or anything like that, but it's sturdy enough to where if it does crush, and I mean, I'm almost 240 pounds, so I'm pretty sure I could sit on this thing and it would still be fine. But if you do manage to crush this thing, at least to an extent, don't go running it over with the truck. But it should do a very good job of protecting your radio. I've had this thing in the rain. I've had it stored in the trunk of my car. I had this thing sitting in a storage unit with my radio in it for over a year through Michigan winters, Michigan summers, and this thing has been great. So yeah, if you're looking for a radio case, and this comes with the foam, unlike the ProTech one, which is a lot of times out of stock if you go to get it with the foam, look no further. Like I said, I chose this because it's something I haven't seen yet, and I will provide a link in the description. I will make more videos in the future. All right, have a good one, guys.